Welcome to Uber Unplugged, the official podcast of Uber Entertainment. Eka, you're here. What's up, bro?
My muscles ache.
Muscles ache.
Yes.
I guess we should talk about that. I've been teaching Eka how to lift weights.
I'm on the Nicholson program.
It's a good one.
It's a good one.
It's a pyramid scheme. So you just finished your 12 rep week, right? No, you're
15 rep week.
15. Oh yeah, yeah. We started high.
So I figured by next week I'll look like Brad.
Yes, you will.
That's the plan, right? That's the way it works.
Massive.
You're so on 1 week, 300.
Yeah.
Workout.
Yeah, okay. Easily. Yeah, and you're already on. You got on the protein powder and the creatine. So
Brad gave me
supplement.
Brad gave me something called No Explode. There's no E in it, so you know it's extreme.
Yeah. Well, it's No Explode.
No Explode.
Yeah.
Hi, Brad.
Hey, how you doing? Also joined this week by a very special guest, John Combs. How you doing, man?
Hello.
And you're the design director of Uber
Yes.
Entertainment.
Yeah.
Is that your proper title? Is that how you
I
like to be
think
referred
so.
to?
I don't know. It's
King
changed.
of Design.
Yeah.
Czar of
Wouldn't say
Design.
King of Design.
Nice. And right now you're currently working on Toy Rush, which
Yes.
is our tower defense mobile game. We've talked about it a couple times. So I figured this week we can dig in. Forrest just got grabbed for a special meeting. He'll join us in a few, I imagine.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Whenever he's done.
Yeah.
Talking
He left.
Planetary Annihilation
Yeah.
is in beta, which
Yes.
means sometimes there's fires that need to be fought.
Right.
Sometimes things catch on fire.
Forrest is a firefighter right now.
It's true. It's true. I love listening to him talk about issues because my man could talk down to dudes like me, which I enjoy. We can have like a casual conversation. Then he starts talking about video games and how to make them, and like he totally loses me in a second.
A lot of big words.
Yeah. Well, the guy probably knows how to do math. I feel like probably has some algebra in his brain. Anyway,
Algebra?
I don't know, calculus. Forrest, do you know calculus?
I took calculus in high school and college
Okay.
a while back.
There you go.
What's the question here?
We were just talking about.
Wait,
talking
did
about you actually. So.
Did you ever take differential equations or linear algebra?
Linear algebra.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
I did too.
I
Am I an idiot here?
No.
Is that how it is?
I'm not.
Forrest is the intelligent one. I'm the idiot.
I'm not.
Whatever, Brad.
I'm not saying that. So, Forrest, I just got done saying you could talk down to my level, right? But you're also super smart. You can talk about things that are just way over my head.
Maybe sometimes, I guess.
I said you got math in your brain, and we were trying to
There's
figure
some
out-
maths in game development. We use the maths. We twiddle some numbers.
See, he's talking down to me.
There's a lot of words in code.
Is there?
Yeah.
It's surprising. Code is mostly words.
Yeah.
I can write words real good. You guys should give me a shot. Here, I'll just,
We'll see what your creative writing brings to programming.
Yeah.
We can vector you towards that.
If you know anything about John Combs.
So you
He's a
didn't
pun.
you missed
That was a
something
pun
there,
there,
and
yeah.
you don't know what
I
you missed.
have
which
a loyal following of pun lovers.
See, I felt vector was some kind of keyword for something, but I was trying to. There was no.
it's a pun keyword.
Okay.
Yeah.
If Combs says something weird, you don't understand it, ignore it.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Because
Move
it's a
on.
pun.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Don't-
We have had a no pun zone for a while.
Don't feed the beast.
This is a pun-free podcast.
I am
No
a
puns
pun-free
allowed.
breaker.
So at the top of the show, let's go ahead and talk about Planetary. It's been a couple weeks since we've had an update, but there's good reason because we are going to put out an awesome, stable update for the game in the pretty, I would say, very near future, and it's
Very
going to be
near
pretty
future.
rad. Yeah, definitely. We're on the cusp. We did a couple playtests today, actually, a larger playtest than normal, which is good.
Yeah, I haven't played it in
We
a while.
found some bugs, some major ones like server crashing,
Whoops. But,
which was right before I was about to annihilate somebody.
And that's why we do it, right? It's like, okay, we caught a server crash. Now you don't have to catch a server crash. It's a good
We
it's
catch
a good
it for
exchange.
the fans.
Yeah, we'll take one for you.
We do for them. Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
It's
Absolutely.
the burden that we're willing to put on our shoulders.
Absolutely, and progress on that is still going great. We got a lot of cool features on deck that I think we're all pretty excited about for sure, and we can't wait to get that in your hands, of course. Let's talk about some Toy Rush, though. You guys just hit a major milestone recently.
We did. I don't know if people know this in general, but when you're doing a mobile game, you can't really beta test it. So one of the things we do is we do what we call soft launch. And we launch it in one territory only and see how it does, be able to fix parts of it. Now, that one area, doesn't get the final result. Well, they will get the final build or when we go global.
Yeah.
But, they become a test area. So we just submitted this week for our soft launch. So the game is done-ish.
Yeah. Perfect.
To a point, but we're going to spend the next month polishing it up and fixing some stuff and making it better for everybody. So yeah, we just hit that this week, and the game's coming together really, really well. We're really happy with it. Just Eka did an amazing job on the art. The game has tons of charm. It's really fun to just sit there and attack other people, and the whole reverse tower defense plus, well, both way tower defense is really worked out pretty well. If you have a mobile device or tablet, in a few weeks you'll be able to download Toy Rush and play it and attack your friends and have people attack you and play against a massive 50 mission campaign that you can play against, and
with some brilliant writing.
Yes,
I mean just brilliant.
We picked
So
this guy
brilliant,
up.
we're redoing it.
Yes.
So let me talk about that for a bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Brad, this is your first game that you're working on.
Yeah, it's wild.
We have what we call an iterative process. Sometimes that means do something,
Yes.
rip it apart completely,
Throw it all away.
and redo it.
Yes.
And Brad got a taste of that.
Yeah, and it's good. It's not so unlike writing because, like your first draft is usually horrible, but you have the ideas now to actually write something good, right? I guess game development's a little different because sometimes a mechanic can change or direction can completely change, which, invalidates kind of a first draft kind of thing. At some point, you just start it over.
But that's never happened to you in writing, where you're writing, you tend to go down one path, and you're like, you know what, this doesn't work. I'm gonna go down another.
This is
It's
awful.
the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it was fun too. I mean, it was like the reason why we did it made sense. That's
Yeah.
what matters at the end. Nobody got angry over it or anything.
Yeah, right. And Brad did a bunch of writing for the single player levels in the game, and then we decided to change the direction of sort of the voice of those levels. So I think we're the new direction. I like.
I like it a lot
better
too.
now.
I'm really.
And I
into
don't
it.
think we would have gotten in the new direction without having that direction that we first had there first.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to be able to take that nod. So Toy Rush going into soft launch here. You got a roadmap for the rest of the stuff you guys want to add, but it's cool because like you play the game now, and when you said Dunish, I almost feel like it feels like a complete cell phone game. You know what I mean? Like there are a lot of games out there that don't have this amount of polish. We've already hit that, right? We've already hit that awesome threshold, and to know that we have more time to keep adding more awesome.
I'm
is
impressed with
fantastic.
the amount of content that's
Yeah.
already in there.
There's tons.
I'm sure Eka kind of feels this way too when I play it, because I've been in it for a lot.
You only see the flaws.
All I see is the flaws.
Yeah,
things that need to fix.
If I could sit back from it for a week or two and look at it again, I'd probably agree with you. But right now, whenever I play, all I see is the bugs and the flaws and the rough edges.
It does feel good to see new players play it and enjoy it. So that's it's a good thing.
Everybody likes it. So, John, I guess we haven't really introduced you to the podcast necessarily. I mean, we named your position and stuff, but you have an interesting history in the industry, and I didn't know if you wanted to talk about some of the things you worked on,
Sure.
or anything like that.
I've been in the industry for 12 years. I got in because my older brother and I wrote a MUD from scratch. And for everybody out there who doesn't know what a MUD is, imagine World of Warcraft, but only text.
Yes.
Back in the day.
That's a MUD. And that's what we played back in the day before we had all these fancy graphics. To make myself sound really old. So I got in at Westwood Studios in Las Vegas, and the first game I shipped was an MMO called Earth and Beyond. And then I shifted over to doing Command and Conquer games.
I didn't know Earth was your first game.
Yeah, Earth and Beyond was my first game. So I worked on a couple of different Command and Conquer things that never saw light of day. They were mostly early CNC3. And then when we merged, EA shut down Westwood and merged us all into EA Los Angeles in Los Angeles. And that's where I did the expansion of Generals, 0 Hour.
Oh, cool.
Which was a fun project. I got to design the 9 generals and do a lot on that project. And then after that, I actually went back to another version of CNC3 that didn't ship. And they shut down that to put me on Battle for Middle-earth.
Yeah, I remember playing. It was the third-person kind of RTS game, right?
Yeah,
For
it was
the
the
Xbox?
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I love
No,
it.
it wasn't Xbox. This was the PC version. They eventually did an Xbox
Okay.
version, but I worked on the first PC version. Wrote the skirmish AI for it.
Emotion AI is what I remember.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I left EA at the end of the project, came up here and joined Gas Powered and worked on Supreme Commander. After SUCOM, started up Demigod, and then
With Bob?
With Bob.
Our CEO.
I didn't finish Demigod because got the opportunity to start Uber and work with these fine gentlemen. So then joined Uber.
He's pointing at us.
Yeah.
Not me.
Not Brad, though.
And then everything we've done here at Uber.
Yeah.
Which has been really awesome stuff.
Yeah.
So proud of it all.
Speaking of Command and Conquer, this week,
They just canceled
canceled
CNC again.
What was the name of the one they canceled?
It was CNC. It was Generals 2. Well, it was CNC Generals 2.
Was that the official title of it?
think so. I don't know. It changed like 3 times, so...
Someone said that there have been 5 canceled Command & Conquer games.
There has in the last 10 years.
4 in the last 10.
Or something like that, yeah.
They should tell anybody listening that's from EA, give me a call. I'll do a Command & Conquer. Because I would love that. That would be awesome. Especially Red Alert 4. That would be one of my dream
that would
jobs.
be awesome.
I would absolutely do Red Alert 4.
Would you use the PA engine for Red Alert 4?
Yes, and it would be awesome. And I know awesome. Look at our Kickstarter video.
I love just how bananas the Red Alert series is, just in general. Like it's
Generals.
You're rubbing off on that.
I know.
I'm sorry.
And it also fits with, I mean, you look at like what we did with Monday Night Combat and what Toy Rush is. It would work for our studio too, because we're always lighthearted. So PA is a little serious.
Yeah. I think it's more about maybe a lot of awesome. Like it's more about the scale as opposed to being dark.
I'm not sure I'd consider smashing an asteroid into a planet serious.
It's pretty serious business.
It's pretty serious for anybody standing underneath that asteroid.
It's a pretty big deal, but it's a little silly. I'm just gonna.
I am very happy that Bacon recently got into Planetary Annihilation because there's Bacon in all of our other games.
During the live orchestra.
Yeah. We had a choir sing the word bacon in Latin, which, you know, in one side of me feels horrible about that, and the other side wants to laugh uncontrollably because that's a brilliant use of resources, if you ask me.
Well, it's now an Uber tradition. Every game has bacon in it. Yep. Even Toy Rush.
Does Toy Rush have bacon?
Yeah, one of the achievements, getting your piggy bank up to the highest level, is called Bacon. That's the name of the achievement.
Nice. That's a good achievement name.
Yeah.
That is for sure. So Toy Rush, obviously, there's your update there. Pretty hip. Let's talk about the games we've been playing this week. Who wants to lead this? Everybody's looking at me. Do you want to hear the pitch?
You know what? Yeah, I was going to say, before we talk about games we've been playing, I want Brad to pitch a game he wants to make to John Combs.
Okay.
This should be fun.
But Brad told us he has a new pitch.
So here's what happened. I pitched this brilliant game called Emergent Rhino Attacks.
Which I think we talked about briefly. We talked about Emergent Rhino Attacks last.
It's true.
Not the game, but the idea. Yeah.
And that's
in
where
In the podcast,
yeah. I think I mentioned it, and that's where the idea...
I've heard the pitch so many times now, and it's different every time. It continues to evolve, so I'm excited.
It's the iterative process.
I'm a little nervous, I'm not going to lie. I don't know where we're going.
So nobody wanted to make the original Emergent Rhino Attacks. So today I would like to propose Emergent Rhino Attacks 2. The sequel...
Does it have a colon?
Yes, of
so
course.
Emergent Rhino Attacks colon, we got the point.
Yes, perfect. You know, and I was thinking like strap lines. You can't win, or can you? You know, maybe. Who knows? But anyway, let me just walk by the basics here. Let me set a scene.
You'll get a charge out of it.
I hate you, John. You're in a Jeep. You're driving the Sahara, right? You see grass swaying in the breeze.
Okay, hold on a
trees
second.
Swaying.
You're in the Sahara and you see grass?
Sure.
Sahara's a desert.
I don't know.
Like all
I don't
dirt.
know. These are details that aren't.
You're in the grasslands of Africa.
This is just how the game starts. You know, you're like, what happened to the Sahara? What's going on here?
Savannah?
Sure. Yes. Or the savannah. I don't know.
There's
Anyways.
gazelles and shit jumping around.
Yeah.
All right, sorry for derailing.
No. It's quite fine.
Just so I can get the whole picture, this is a right-handed drive Jeep,
Right-hand drive Jeep. This is a Euro Jeep.
Got it.
So now you know we mean business. You're on a road, and you're just driving. You're trying to get somewhere. You look down, you see a map, you see your legs. You can see your legs. You can see your knees kind of bobbing with the truck as it hits the rocks in the road. Looks beautiful, fully animated, fully realized.
Are they like human legs?
Yes, it's like you're a real person
your
inside
legs.
this Jeep. You are feeling it. You are in here. All right, so you're driving, you're looking at your map, you need to get somewhere. Where are you going? I don't know. We'll figure that out at some point. Or maybe the point is you never know where you're going. Maybe it's deep like that.
Do you know where you're going?
Maybe. But here's the thing.
Where's this going?
So you're driving. You notice all this beautiful stuff, and all of a sudden you hear something. What is that? Oh shit, it's a rhino. Rhino hits your Jeep. It starts tipping over, but you got this. You start steering to the left. You're trying to control the roll. And here's the...
Would it cause screen shake?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we got to have all the effects.
Have some lens flare when
I mean,
the Jeep starts to
and that's the
tip.
thing. Like when it starts, tipping, like you see smoke, you see dust, you see rhino horn.
So we're in first person.
Yeah, absolutely. This is
Okay.
totally first. You look
All
down,
right.
you see your legs. That's how you know. and the map too. So you're tipping over, but here's the thing. Emergent Rhino attacks is all about controlling the attack because you can't stop it. Rhinos can see you, they can smell you, they can eat your fear. But anyway, somehow you get away. Rhino takes off, you sustained the roll. Car, it's smoking, it's on fire. What's going on? So you get out, you gotta fix your car. You open up your hood, you're fixing your engine. I don't know, we'll figure something out with that.
Is this a series of quick time events?
No, this is all first person.
Is the engine
real.
fixing a match 3?
No, I was thinking like wrench, kind of maybe like a game called Far Cry, but not really.
What if you decide not to fix it and just go off, walk
Well, that's the risk
path.
you take in Emergent Rhino attacks too. It's open-ended.
It's open-ended.
It's what you want it to be.
Can I walk away from the Jeep and then tame a rhino and ride it down?
That's
maybe
interesting.
maybe we need to replace the Jeep with a rhino. You're riding a rhino.
No, I like the Jeep part.
Maybe you're the rhino attacking Jeeps. Like, can you knock the Jeep off the road? That'd be fun.
Yeah, that'd be a good sequel.
No, Rhino Kart racing
is it
the third one.
multiplayer? Can 2 people ride rhinos and joust?
What about 2 people in a car at once? That way one person can call out the Rhino if he sees it on his left. I like that idea even better.
So if you call it out, what do? Brake? Speed up?
Well, you got to
Get
decide.
turbo?
I mean, where the Rhino coming?
Okay. So Rhino's like just a train.
All right, so let's finish your pitch
Okay,
out
sorry,
and
sorry.
then get a John Combs review of it.
We're fixing the engine right now, right? You look down, you see your legs. It's in first person. It's great. All of a sudden, you hear something. Oh shit! It's a Rhino. Rhino comes charging out of the brush. You don't know why he's still around. What's going on? You jump back. You evade the Rhino. Then you get back. You fix your car. You hurry up. You get in. Right? Now you're driving again. Where are you going? You don't know. You look down. You see your legs. It's great. This is Emergent Rhino Attacks 2.
All right, so
Where do
John
you
Combs,
go? By Uber Entertainment.
your review of this pitch.
Well, before we do that, so Brad, gameplay mechanics.
Yes. Okay.
You described a scenario.
Yes, I
What
did.
would you say the base mechanics?
I would say the base mechanics are controlling a roll of your car when a Rhino hits it, and fear. Controlling your own fear is part of it. That's
How do you control your own fear?
I see. That's the hard part. You got to.
Is this like an eternal darkness fear meter?
No. This is just you.
I
as a
got it.
player.
No, I got it.
Yeah.
When you look down at your legs, it's how much pee you have on.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's-
Perfect. How immersive is that?
That's like Trespasser. You look down on your chest, and there's a heart meter.
I'm telling you, Emergent Rhino Attacks 2 is going to be a top seller on Steam. It's like.
Okay, so I was going to ask about
Yeah.
the product pitch. So it's a PC game.
Yes.
What are your KPIs?
2. I don't know which. 3? What would you say? A scale of 0 to 10. One of those numbers being worse than the other. So I'll slide it whatever way I need to right now.
In that case, a 5.
Okay,
You
so
can't slide
5's not bad for my first pitch.
As a game or as a scenario? Like I can see that
It's
as a
but,
scenario.
like, how do you
The
build
game
it?
is.
It's a scenario in Far Cry 2, which is a great game.
No. This is an Uber Entertainment original.
So if this was the Dragon Slayer, I could totally see it working.
It's true.
I think this game would work just because it's like,
So it's a PC game.
yes, it's like an endless boss battle in a lot of ways.
Have you considered Oculus Rift?
Yeah, see, that would
Yes.
be perfect, right? Because now we got a gimmick to go along with.
Now,
it.
is it single player or multiplayer?
We can do multiplayer, but that seems like that would add more time.
But
I feel like a
are the
single player.
multiplayer
would
the rhinos or the multiplayer?
I want to be
the
the
people
rhino. In
You
this
wanna be the
entire
rhino?
scenario, I want to be the rhino.
I would get a
kinda
charge
cool.
out of that.
You can get like a Riddick kind of
You
view
already
of the
used that
world.
one.
Damn it.
Way to pounce on that.
Nice. All right. So what have y'all been playing? Let's talk about that.
Been playing a lot of when I'm not working on Toy Rush, I've been playing
Which
a
is a
lot
lot.
of Rayman Legends.
Yeah.
My boys, they're 5 and 8. They've been playing that a lot.
So that's the new console Rayman?
Yes, it came out earlier this year, I think.
That's the one that was a Wii game.
Yes.
And then they delayed it until they could launch it on Wii 360 and PS3, I think.
Yeah, I'm
Wii
playing
or
on
Wii U?
360. Wii U. It was a Wii U. I think it was a Wii U launch title or early.
Oh, yeah, maybe it was going to be like a really early title.
Mm-hmm.
They saw the Wii U numbers, said, let's hold off.
Yeah.
Something like that. But it's a phenomenal platformer. You can play single player, 4-player. The thing that we like a lot in the game is they have daily challenges.
Yeah.
Similar to Spelunky.
Those
So you
are
come
cool.
back and there's different grades of them. There's like sort of your base level, novice level to expert, different type of challenges.
So every day, do you have novice and expert.
Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 different challenges.
So every day, 3 or 4 challenges.
Yeah. So I've been playing that a lot, and my son's like, I wonder what the challenge is gonna be tomorrow. It's gonna be exciting.
It's I like the kickball game, not the kickball, but the
Kung
handball.
Foot.
Kung Foot, is that what it's called?
2-on-2 soccer. It's a single screen Smash Brothers like thing.
Yeah.
You have a goal on each side, and you have a ball, and then all you do is punch or jump. You can if you punch the ball or kick the ball 3 times, every successive hit, the ball goes faster and catches on fire, and then does a big goal. It's pretty fun.
It really is fun. It's like super simple, but the way that the physics kind of make it, I feel like it's real
Physics, the
kind of
feedback, the
loosey-goosey.
crowd, it make it super exciting for a simple game.
Is there a lot of custom work in these daily challenges, or are they able to? Do you think they're able to auto-generate?
I don't know if it's auto-generate, but you connect to Ubisoft servers. So sometimes it actually doesn't connect to Ubisoft servers.
Oh,
Which kind of sucks, but so I think they're I don't know how they're generating them, but it reuses existing levels, lays them out in a way of like, go as far as you can, kind of things, or collect this many.
like all of Spelunky is randomly generated.
Right.
Every time you die, it's an entirely new level.
But everybody gets the same generated level a day, right?
Yeah.
For the daily
Yes,
challenge?
yeah, for Spelunky, I believe. And then for Rayman, I guess I played the iPhone or the iOS version they did. It was an amazing game, and it was all handcrafted levels.
Yes.
And so I would assume the main part of the new game is handcrafted. So I just wonder, how do they do the daily challenges?
Yeah, they must be cranking them out. I don't know. They don't seem like they're the way the art style is. It doesn't fit into nice tiles. It's a lot of organic shapes and things. The other thing I love about that game, they have these musical levels that you unlock. There's like 5 of them for every major story. You get the last one is the musical level. I don't know if you guys seen the video where they will take a song and then match the beat of the song to all the gameplay elements.
Oh, right.
It's insanely creative. I would love to play a game just with those musical levels. Check it out.
Isn't that called Rock Band?
No, but as a platformer,
okay.
Every jump, every enemy you hit, every wall you break is timed specifically to part of the track.
So is it like a runner where it's a fixed path, or?
Yeah, it's fixed path.
Okay, so it's going to be kind of like Impossible Game.
I haven't played that. No.
So it was I think originally an Xbox Live arcade or Xbox Live
Was
indie
that the
game.
one with there's a square in the triangle?
You were just a single little square, and there's this scrolling level of little spike triangles you have to jump
Oh
over.
yes, I played that. Yeah.
And it's got a custom track to the entire, and it's timed beautifully such that you're jumping on beats, and it gets really, really fast.
Oh, wow.
And it feels fantastic. So it feels like the Rayman's at least a little similar to that.
Yeah, I mean it's you have to run. So I think
Yeah.
a version of those musical levels on iOS, I would buy that again just to play it.
Yeah.
Because it feels like it's an endless runner. You can't stop. I mean, you could stop, but there's something chasing you, like fire or sand or rhino. I think there's a rhino.
How dare they?
But it's not an emergent rhino. It's always
No,
there.
it's a fixed rhino.
I mean, that's the thing about it.
Fixed rhino attack.
Never know where it's coming from. It's emergent. I'll stop. All right, what have you been playing?
I've been working and still
Yeah.
playing Hearthstone.
Okay, how's Hearthstone going?
Oh, I have to still play Hearthstone. I have it loaded. I've not hit the play button.
Wow.
I'm the same way. I haven't loaded it yet.
Oh, okay.
I have the code. I have the download link. I just haven't done it yet.
I love it. The games are probably, each round is 7 to 10 minutes, or each game to completion, 7 to 10 minutes. I think I've got 70 wins
Wow.
or something around there.
Do they show you your number of losses?
No losses.
That's an interesting new trend.
They show your number of normal wins and then arena wins, and then they have ranked and unranked for normal play, where they say they have a different matchmaker for each one, but there's no split, and you don't know what your rating is. It's tiers, so I think I'm 3-star gold or whatever. It goes up through diamond, platinum, master.
No, I was just thinking about the KD thing, like you said. It's crazy.
Does League does it show you both?
Oh God, League shows you wins. I guess
They show you
shows
wins in the
there.
main page, but they
Oh,
show
right.
you wins and losses only after a game,
Yes.
which is
Yeah.
really weird.
There was a really good, there was a Gama Sutra post by a designer at Clay talking about
The
matchmaking and
The tech lead at Clay.
Oh well, it was something Jamie Lance or not Jamie. It's Frank Lance's kid.
Oh
Who's
yeah,
at-
okay, yeah. I know what you're
Who's
talking
at
about.
Clay?
Yes.
Who's a designer?
Yeah.
And it was a good post. It was mostly just talking about the things he didn't like about certain matchmakers.
Yeah.
And it was all great points. And then in the comments, is it Cadwell from Riot? He had a big long post talking about some of the stuff for League, and it's really interesting. He talks about, I think, what I found was most interesting from Tom's was you can focus on short term, wins, losses. There's a lot of matchmaking stress players have. You have your ELO rating, and if you lose, it goes down, and it feels horrible. Yeah. And you have kind of long-term players getting better. And so at Riot for League, they're trying to focus on those mid-term goals. Let's not focus on one game too much, but smaller clusters of games.
Yeah.
And you should
matchmaking is hard. I think I have read it. Yeah, I remember all that stuff.
I mean, socially, League has a problem. Like, can you imagine walking into a ranked room with more losses than wins? Like, what would just happen to you? Like, you would just get.
Oh, I've been in games because.
Oh, because of Law King and stuff like that?
Well, no, because, we know people at Riot, and we got some extra RP and stuff, so I got to level 30 quickly.
Yeah.
And there was games where I'd finish, and people would be like, oh, he's only a 100 win level 30, he sucks. It's like, just because I only have 100 wins at level 30 is just ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, that's how fickle some of those guys can be. But.
If you show losses in the lobby and you're in a team game, people say, "Oh God, this guy has only 30%." You're like, "Fuck this game, I'm out. I'm not playing with this scrub."
Yeah, yeah. Exactly.
You only see it at the end, though, right?
Yeah, in League you only see it to prevent exactly that.
Yeah. And then at the end they're like, "Oh, we lost because this guy only has 100 wins."
Well, by the end of the League game, everyone is blaming every other player. Your teammate sucks. The other guys.
That's why you play ARAM, because nobody cares.
People still care at ARAM sometimes. I don't know.
I play a lot of ARAM. That's all I play on League, except for when I play with you and do horribly.
Well, no, you did fine, man. Don't even worry about it.
It's okay.
Let's league out. Let's league out for a second here, because I mean, first season 4 changes look amazing.
I'm excited about season 4.
Oh my God, I get a new camp in my.
I haven't played League for a while, so give me the short version of season 4 change. Why should I play again?
Season 4 is monetizing in a lot of ways, or at least they're making it lucrative to play jungle and support, which are two roles that you just don't make money. You become like utility tanks. Basically,
the thing I've always hated about the support role in League is it's your job to sit there, gain no money, have no fun, and
spend all the money.
Yeah, and spend all your money on temporary
You're
things.
explicitly supposed to not kill creeps, because then you're stealing gold from your ally who can use it better.
Which is, to me, is boring. I hate playing.
All right, so that's no longer true in season 4. Tell me why.
I wouldn't say it's no longer true. They've made an effort to improve that. And one of the biggest things, in my opinion, is they put in assist streaks.
Yeah.
Because those supports tend to get a lot of assists.
Oh, that's cool.
So they can actually make money off of assisting the people that are supposed to be getting kills.
You can get an assist of 10, 12, 15.
Yeah, I don't know how many times I've been in a game where I finish, there's a Sona in there that's 1, 4, and 20.
Yeah. But she'll have the lowest gold in the game.
Yeah.
Easily. Even though she was the most, needed or necessary ally in it.
We just lost half our audience.
I didn't. You know what? I bet half our audience plays League of Legends, so I don't care.
Hey, we have an audience to lose.
I
so
have one very thing that really made me mad about League, though, lately.
What's that?
I play Fiddlesticks, and I loved Pumpkinhead Fiddlesticks. I'd get in there, I'd be like, oh, that skin is awesome. And then they resold it this year.
That's true. That's bothering a lot of people. They're supposed to give you a little thing around the skin to make it look like
classic or something.
To make it show that you got an OG skin.
You are not a unique and beautiful snowflake.
Well, you will be again soon. So
I want this. I don't want anyone else to have the thing that I have.
Exactly.
So, Brad.
Yes.
How do you survive?
Oh yeah, I played this on Steam the other day. So I've been doing this thing where I don't really like zombie games. I didn't want to voice it on the podcast because just in case we make a zombie game someday, I don't want that to be like while I'm writing
Emergent Rhino zombies.
While I'm writing a press release, I don't want somebody to be like, hey, "Don't you really hate zombie games?" But
it's all right. I said a couple years ago I didn't want to make any more RTS games, and that's already blown up in my face.
Okay. Well, I fucking hate zombie games. I mean, we've done everything we possibly could to zombies. We've set them on fire. We've hit them with bats. We've cut them. We've run them over. We've chopped them up. We've done. I mean, there's just so many things. There's nothing we haven't done to a zombie. Like, it's just done. It is done in my head.
I can think of a couple things.
things. You know what? I bet they're in games. Have you ever played Silent Hill? That would be my question.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
But. So I saw this on the store, and it kind of looks vaguely like Left 4 Dead, but it's a dual stick shooter. And what I like about it is
dual stick top-down shooter.
Dual stick top-down shooter, and you can play with you and just one other person.
You mean like a Galaxy Wars or Robotron?
Smash TV, zombies.
Smash TV. More, but here's the thing: it focuses more on the survival aspect. than the actual killing zombies. Now, of course, to really kind of win every level, you need to kind of kill every zombie. But there's this crazy amount of foraging that you have to do in each level. So you'll grab like a piece of twine or whatever, like a reel off the coast of the level. And then later you'll find a stick and you can fashion that together to make a bow and arrow.
MacGyver?
Yeah. Basically, you are MacGyvering it up in the apocalypse and
It's called How to Survive.
how to survive.
Not a bad name for a game.
It's gonna be really hard to Google that one. How
pretty
to
good.
survive.
It's pretty good. Well, it is going to be hard to
No,
get.
it doesn't. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I mean.
You're right.
Like,
You're right.
it's- Yeah.
Compare
right.
How to Survive to Don't Starve. Don't Starve
Or
is
Left 4
such a
Dead.
better game name. Yeah.
Left 4 Dead's really good.
Left 4 Dead's really
That's so
awesome.
clever. Because it ties in mechanically as well. Like, at some point you make that call. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. But anyway, I've been playing a lot of that with my buddy. It's fun to do with a friend just because you're just like, hey, man, you got a stick? Be like, yeah. All right, could you give it to me? I have this
What if he
most.
says no?
Then you kill him. You murk him in the middle of the level, take all his stuff.
Wow.
Oh, you can do that.
I don't know if you can do that.
Oh.
But
You just made the game more exciting.
I can kill my buddies? Yeah.
well, there was a well. Okay, so the first 5 minutes of this game, I didn't know how serious
Is it an
was.
open world game?
No, it's like instance levels. It seems like it's randomized.
Okay.
Sort of kind of like Spelunky, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But anyway, the first thing we did, I noticed there was a well with water in there. I didn't know how serious the game was, and I noticed that Kevin, who's coming in pretty soon, Kevin started drinking out of it. I'm like, is he going to take all the water? Because he kept doing it. So I started hitting him with my weapon. I was hitting him with a machete, just trying to get him out of it. So
That's how do you talk to your friend?
I was on Mumble with him.
Oh, okay, all right. So
I-
there's no in-game.
I don't think there is actually. I don't think a lot of PC
you just
games
hit him
should.
with a machete.
Well, yeah.
Stop.
Well, yeah, I was like, hey, man, don't take all the water, I should kill you over this.
Brad's making the
Yes, the
Machete.
machete.
Motion.
Yeah, this is how you do
Motion.
it. This is how you do it. It would be neat, actually. It's an early access game, so it's rough in a lot of spots, including the UI, which I imagine that'll get cleaned up eventually. But if you're looking for a zombie game that doesn't focus on the zombies so much, I feel like this is probably a good choice. So that's my recommendation of the week. Let's do one news item that we
You
have
don't want
on
to know
our
what
list.
games I'm playing?
Oh, what games are you
it's all
playing?
right. I get it.
No,
It's cool.
no. No, what games are you playing, John?
So besides Toy Rush,
Yeah.
I've been playing Pocket Trains on my iPad.
Oh,
which I'm a
right.
big fan of. But mostly, my kids and myself are big fans of Skylanders. So, have you ever played Skylanders?
I've seen a lot of videos of Skylanders.
So
I
my
haven't tried it.
favorite type of console game is an action RPG on a console.
Yeah.
And before I got into Skylanders, I had no idea that it's an action RPG on a console. And your characters are just these toys that you buy.
Right.
So with a 6 and a 3-year-old at home, it works out perfectly because we get to sit and play, and all three of the games are really, really well done. Swap Force, which is the newest one, is the best by far.
No doubt. What
And-
does it do to kind of improve on the model? Does it just make it deeper? Or?
The gameplay's better in general.
okay.
They added in the ability to jump, which you couldn't do
nice.
before.
Yeah. Cool.
They have these swap characters, which so the way it works is you buy a toy and you put the toy on a portal, and then that character warps into the game, and you run around, and those characters can level up, and they have a certain amount of gold and skills that you level up, and then you can pull them off the portal and put a different one on, and go over to your buddy's house, put that guy right back on the portal, and keep playing where you're at, which is
That's wild.
really, really cool.
Yeah.
And
so
then
how
my
many
kids,
of the dudes do you have?
The look.
John's got a smirk. I'm guessing that's
There's a
means
little bit
We
of
didn't buy them
embarrassment
all.
and shame right now.
they were mostly birthday presents for myself and my son and my daughter, but we have like 40 of them.
Wow.
Across all three games.
There's 75 of them, right?
There's more than that now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They do an amazing job of monetization too, because they have special versions of them. Different stores hold different versions of them.
Oh, that's incredible.
Like there was a Jade Flashwing that could only be bought at Target.
Oh, yeah.
And we got the legendary Free Ranger that can only be bought at Toys R
This
Us.
sounds like
you know.
GameStop or
The
any of
GameStop has
exclusive,
their own exclusive
in-game
ones.
item things,
Yeah.
That's
pre-order
incredible.
bonuses and things.
So it's a fun game. What I love about Swap Force, one, the gameplay's better, the graphics are better, the
game looks a lot better.
The game looks a lot better. But, I play with my 6-year-old and my 3-year-old.
Yeah.
And up until Swap Force, the only way you could play together is one, playing through the single-player campaign, which is fine. My daughter, who's 3, doesn't really get the fact that sometimes you have to go and jump at certain times and stuff, so that gets a little frustrating. But if you play, the only other way to play was play against each other.
Oh, yeah.
And 3-year-olds and 6-year-olds playing against each other is not a good idea.
That's probably
But
not a
Swap
good
Force has put in like survival modes now that are co-op modes.
Oh, very cool.
Which is really cool. And we've been playing that a lot. And It's fun. And I love some of their character designs.
When did that come out? Was that this year's
Yeah,
release?
Yeah,
the latest
Swap
one.
Force just came out.
They're doing them
a
every
month
year.
ago.
It's an Activision game, so every year, new game.
Yeah, but
This year's was Swap Force. Last year was Giants, where they introduced
Remember.
bigger ones.
Swap Force
And
is
then
done
year-
by Vicarious Visions.
The newest one was Vicarious
Yes.
Visions. It was originally a Toys for Bob
Yes.
title.
Okay.
Vicarious Visions up until this year did like the 3DS version and the iPad version.
Oh, right.
And that's another cool thing too. Is like you get one of these characters and they come with a code. You can play it in the game like I played on 360. But then there's iPad games, and all you have to do is type in the code, and you get that character in the iPad game too.
Really? Yeah. Wow, that's insane. And can you can continue your progress?
Well, it's a different game.
Oh,
it's a whole different game.
But you
yeah.
get your character like that.
And they
the
also,
character
if you
bought.
want to spend even more money, they have like Bluetooth portals that connect to iPads and stuff. So you can put them in that portal and connect them to your iPad.
Are they? Will the next gen consoles accept that kind of NFC stuff without the portal, or do you think you'll still need to buy the portal?
I think you still
Still
do.
you need to
That's
buy
part
the-
of that's part of selling the game.
I guess so. Right?
It's part of the lore too. You're a portal master. You bring the characters through the portal.
It's part of making money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
I
game,
think so.
that is one thing about the game. It's got some like free-to-play mechanics and a very, a $60 game. So they split all the Skylanders up into 8 different elements.
Yeah.
And they have these zones that you can only go in if you have a certain element. So if you start playing the game, you'll get 3 of them when you first buy it, but then you'll get to, you need a life Skylander. And you look, you don't have a life Skylander.
Uh-oh.
And then when they came out with Giants, it was like, you need a Giant to access this area.
You have to have one character of each type to see all of it. So it's a $60 game, and to see all the content, another $60 or so in different characters for different
That's why
types.
it's a $1 billion business.
And then with Swap Force, all the leg parts have different abilities. So then you can only access certain areas if you have the leg part of a certain Swap Force Skylander in order to
is the swapping the top and bottom halves of characters
Yeah.
and you mix and match?
So the top half is always the attack skills, and the bottom half is always the movement skills. So they have ones that can walk up walls, they have ones that can fly, they have ones that can teleport, ones that can swirl around.
It's wild. We need.
But
to do that.
the amazing thing is it's also a fun, well done game on top
That's
of
cool.
it all. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's the most important part, right? That
Yeah.
you can actually sit down and enjoy it as well.
And then I come home and my kids are sitting there playing with the Skylanders as toys too, which is really cool as well.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah. That they can actually double as real toys.
Yeah.
Good.
And my daughter's had tea parties with the Skylanders, which is hilarious.
Did she talk about what they did in the game?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's awesome. It's awesome. All right, well, those are the games we've been playing this week. Let's hit one news item real quick because we are running out of time. Which one? I kind of want to talk about Titanfall. What do you guys got?
Yeah, okay.
This is an interesting one. So if you want to set the stage, because it seems like you know the most about this, Eka, maybe. Or
Sure.
Titanfall expert, Eka, is talking about the
So
issue today.
This happened earlier this week, where it was announced through Twitter and a bunch of sites, I think, carried it too. Which, Titanfall, everyone thought it was going to be Xbox, PC, Windows first,
Yeah.
and then PS4 or whatever other PS3 console second. But
Your typical exclusive.
sure,
with,
for a period, right?
Air quotes.
But Titanfall's really a real exclusive. It's probably
Like
the
for
first
real.
ever
Console.
exclusive. Console
No,
exclusive, yeah.
no, it's not.
No, I'm saying is
Yeah.
like people use the term exclusive a lot, but this is actually
Well,
exclusive.
look at the Uncharted games.
That's true. That's
But
true.
those
No.
are first party.
First party. This is different. Third party exclusive. So what they're saying is that it will never come to Titanfall 1. Titanfall will never come to
Titanfall.
PS4 or PS3. Anything that's not Xbox, PC.
What about Titanfall Game of the Year? I'm serious. Like when I was writing about games, like I saw phrases like exclusively first,
Yeah.
timed
yeah.
exclusive.
Yep. And this is not a time
Exclusive-ish.
exclusive, sounds
Yeah.
like. So Major
Yeah.
Nelson retweeted that it will be on Xbox and 360 and PC only.
Now, what made this announcement extra surprising was
Yes.
what?
Vince Campella.
Zimpella.
Oh, jeez, I'm horrible.
We were close. We were close.
I've been practiced before the podcast.
That's true. That's why I picked you. I was like, he knows his name. We got this.
Vince Campella, who runs Respawn, who makes Titanfall, on Twitter, as part of all this going on, he replied that he only found out about this recently. Sad face. EA made the decision. Sad face.
EA signed the deal
Yeah.
to keep Titanfall Xbox One or Xbox console exclusive without talking to Respawn about it.
Whoops.
Yeah,
And-
he tweeted about it,
Yeah,
which
and
is
then
really interesting.
The head of
Yeah.
Respawn publicly tweeted about it. So there's definitely some little bit of hostility there between.
So all that means is that sequels will most likely be on other consoles.
Well, it depends on how much money Microsoft gives them to
Yeah.
keep it on.
It depends on how the game does. It depends on how.
I'll tell you, this decision, I'm buying an Xbox One now. That's what it comes down to.
You should finish on that. Are you guys buying a console at launch?
Yeah. I'm buying Xbox One at launch for sure.
What's your selling point?
So mine is number one. I want a new console. I think I'm just ready.
But
as
why
a
an
gamer.
Xbox One instead of a PlayStation 4?
Well, I think the community is better. And by better, I mean I have the better chance of being called horrible names while playing Call of Duty, which endlessly entertains me. I love to go into Call of Duty, make my pot leaf icon, and just play with my bros.
You're saying that you think the Xbox Live experience will be similar.
Yes.
You're hoping it will be similar.
Yes,
That's one of the reasons I want to buy an Xbox One too. Is I play a lot of Call of Duty specifically with my younger brother, and
perfect.
it's just so easy to get on the headset and play it.
This is all assuming that Xbox
it works
Live,
the same way. Yeah.
Well, for the current generation,
Yeah,
Xbox Live was generally better than
it was
PlayStation
way
Network.
better. I would say that.
For matchmaking, for party making, for voice chat, all that. It was easier and better.
Yeah.
Although I have other reasons I want to buy an Xbox One first.
Let's hear them.
This is gonna sound crazy, but Skype.
Yeah.
The fact that my
That's
kids can
TV
sit in the
Skype.
living room and talk to grandma on the TV.
perfect.
That's a big selling point for me right there.
Yeah.
And then the last one is Titanfall.
Titanfall's a good
Mixed
one.
with the first one in that I know that I'm going to be able to, assuming everything works the same, I can get Titanfall, I can sit and chat with my brother while I play Titanfall.
Right.
Yeah.
And I still haven't bought Madden yet. I want that. Call of Duty, obviously, Battlefield 4. I'm just waiting all these.
So all those titles are all third-party titles that will be on both.
Yeah, and I'll probably end up buying GTA again. I'm sure.
So I'm not buying a console at launch.
Ooh, why? What's up?
There's nothing. Titanfall. I want to play Titanfall. It's not coming out until next year.
And it'll be on PC,
It'll be on PC.
which I might go to.
It sounds like both consoles, like they do every cycle, they're both coming in real hot.
Yeah.
I have no idea if Xbox Live is going to be what we know of Xbox Live.
I expect one of the two to catastrophically fail this Christmas season.
I'm going to kind of take a wait. There's nothing I want to play at launch day.
Makes sense.
So I'm just going to wait. And, okay, so PS4 is more powerful.
Right.
It can do 1080p.
Yeah.
It costs $100 less.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
So if I was going to buy one, I would buy a PS4.
Think about all the names you can be called while playing Call of Duty in the Xbox.
I don't
One
play Call of
version.
Duty anymore. So.
You should. It's an
You
experience.
play Call of Duty?
Yeah, yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
I'll hook up with you and play Call of Duty.
Let's do it. Let's call each other names.
Yeah, I will.
I'll show you my rad pot leaf.
I'm actually excited about PS4 for a lot of the indie support too. There's a lot of cool, interesting indies.
That's true.
I do love
Actually,
it.
The Witness is what I want. A PS4. I'll
Yeah.
buy it for that.
Is Xbox currently supporting indies or not? I don't know where
I don't
they're at
know.
in that
They-
flip-flopping.
ID at Indie. Or
They do.
ID at
They have a self-publishing thing, but a lot of that's not launching. I think till later.
Oh.
I think that was kind of a last-minute deal.
Yeah, they've changed it.
I think more importantly, indies are more excited for PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
So even if they could be on Xbox One, they're going to focus on PlayStation 4.
It's true. It's true.
I'll
But I
probably
can't
end up owning both at some point.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen to me, too. I might even end up owning them both by the end of this month. I don't know. I'm so weak-willed when it comes to this kind of stuff.
Although I
it's
said the
weeks
same
away.
thing about the X360 and the PS3, and I still don't own a PS3.
I never bought a PS3.
Yeah.
Wow.
Never bought a PS3.
I've got both.
I lasted, I think my stand on not getting a PS3 lasted maybe 2 days. I was like, oh no, that's too expensive. And then I was immediately at a video game store, I'm so dumb. I want to self-applaud for not buying an iPhone 5S. I feel good about being able to restrain myself for once, not buy an $800 phone off contract. So,
Way to go, Brad.
yeah, thank you.
All right.
Making moves here. New life.
So you're going to go Android next, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I might actually. Anyway, that's the subject for another day. We are out of time this week. John, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks
man.
for having me.
Yeah, talk about some Toy Rush. Got to talk about some video games we've been playing, and of course we'll be back next week. But first, Twitter handle, bro. What you got?
At Ekanaut, EKANAUT.
What about you, Forrest?
At Forest the Woods with 2 R's.
2 R's. What about you, John?
At John Combs, JOHNCOMES.
There you go. Well, thank you again, and we'll see you next week on another episode of Uber Unplugged.